Welcome to another edition of the AK Option Trader. I'm glad you're back. Let's get started. We've got a lot of charts to look at. Whoops, just yanked the microphone off my head. Forgive me for that. We've got a lot of charts to look at. Let's get started. We're going to start with the S&P futures. I want to show you that we did break a pretty significant uptrend line here. Got a tail up, or wick at the top, broke through the trend line, closed beneath it. Excuse me, but we got the 50% moving average right here of a fib line holding right in here as a support area. I imagine it's going to stall us out right here a little bit, so keep an eye on that. But it is heading down. Indicators are heading down. It looks to be heading down. Let's see what the NASDAQ looks like in the same thing. Let's zoom her in a little bit. Same thing, except we haven't broke the trend line. We're kind of still in the wedge here. We're beneath the two fib areas here. We're right near the 50 and still above that uptrend line. So let's keep an eye on that. Both of these could have a stall out here pretty quick. Then we're going to jump right over to the VIX, one of my favorite indicators, the fear indicator. Let's look at it right here. You can see we drew this line in there last week, right? Remember this? So we got some serious support here. We closed, or didn't close, we hit it and bounced right up. Okay, hit it and bounced right up. I wouldn't be surprised to see that continue up, and I don't know how strong this will be. It might stall out here, it did once, or it might be able to push its way through. But the indicators are saying it needs to go up. I wouldn't be surprised to see the VIX back in the 45-degree area, somewhere in there. All right, so keep an eye on that. Now we're going to go to the Dow. Boy, it broke right through that crisscross area, which I thought would offer a lot more support than it did. Closed beneath it, just barely, but it did close beneath it. I thought it would offer more support. And this line actually could be moved up, you can see, a little bit. So it closed beneath a little more than I thought. Volume's still not great. I mean, it's okay. All the indicators going down, bearish divergence, crossing down. Man, it looks down to me. That's my call. NASDAQ. It's got a lot of support coming here. It had support right on this fib line right here. Broke right through this one, no problem. Had a lot of support. We got a gap that it needs to bounce up and fill, and it may take a few days to do that. Close right on this fib. If it breaks this fib, then it's got this resistance here to go. So it's got a lot of support. It may take a little bit more, and maybe that's why it's lagging so much behind everything else. Is all this. You can see the indicators are down. Everything's pointing down. I just think it's going to take a little bit more work for that, and probably a little bit more volume for it as well. And we got the S&P. It did the same thing as Dow. It broke that uptrend line. Now it's got a 50 or a 23, pardon me, at 875, and I think it's got pretty strong support too right here in the 820 area, somewhere right in this 820 area. So if it does break both these, I would be looking for a stall out in the 820 area. All right, so keep an eye on that. You know, there's little support along the way, but that would be where I'd see my big turnaround. Again, everything looks to be heading down. Everything looks to be heading down on there. Okay, so I went through those real quick. Don't have a lot of time tonight. Sorry about that. We got some issues this weekend that I need to deal with. So let's go through some charts. AFLAC. AFLAC's got real strong support right here at the 46 line. Real strong support. And it's an area. It's not right on the line. I could actually move this up and say it's from 46 to the 47.50 area, somewhere in there. Every time it gets in that area, it's bouncing back down. It wants to go up. It broke this nice uptrend line right here. Closed with a nice big red candle. I'm thinking if it may pop back up and hit it again right in this area, and then I'm thinking she's going to break down. So might be one worth playing for somebody. This is CJ, Charlie, Juliet. See a nice uptrend line sitting right on support. Could bounce off the support, and it's going to hit resistance here, but I think eventually it's going to retest this line right here. You can play that down. It's not a huge move, but I think the better play might be to bounce back up off this line. You can see it's having pretty good percentage moves off the line, so we'll be looking for it to hit this line and perhaps bounce back up. Here's one I'm still in, DRI. Darden Restaurants. Broke support line right here, stuck underneath support right here. It's going to have a hard time busting out of here. I'm still in puts on this one. You can see where I got filled right here on this candle here going down. I'm thinking it's going to fill this gap, and I'm hoping to hold it down to 24. All the indicators are telling me it's going to go down. So this is one I'm going to stay in for now. Gas, GAS, you can see we got the Head and Shoulders here. Not a great one because the right shoulder is higher than the left shoulder. I'd rather see it the other way. But you got a resistance line right here. So it came up, hit this, and now it's in a downtrend. We got a bearish engulfing candle. I'm thinking, man, you know, I don't see a lot of support. Maybe a little bit right in here. But this thing could move all the way down to the 31 line. So it could drop like a rock. The indicator's already kind of low. So just be cautious of it, but it is in a down move. So, I mean, anything's possible, but that's kind of what I'm looking at for it. Here's a new one I haven't shown you in a while. This is HPQ, and I'm actually showing this because this one's actually a strong mover right now. This thing is, look at this, 37.49. It's been moving up pretty consistent. I'll be looking for it to hit this and maybe play it on the way up, okay? So it could come back down, test this line. I know it's crazy of me. If you look really close, you can see this is actually a bearish engulfing candle right here. But I'm looking for it to come back down. All the indicators are down, and it may break it a little bit, but I'm going to be looking to play maybe a bounce back up on it. This is whole market drops. You can see there's pretty strong resistance right here, so it's probably going to have a hard time breaking the 39. But anyway, I want to try to give you something up. I'm always saying down, 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 so I wanted to throw something up, up, up in there. There it is. That's what you got. I'm not going to spend all night looking for them. I'm going to give you what I can see. This is one I really like, is ISIS Pharmaceuticals, IS ticker symbol, came up in my old favorite play. It may be making an inverted head and shoulders. There's a shoulder head, and it may come down here, hit right off this trend line, come back up, and retest that 200 again before it drops it, or it may break it and take off. But I think it's on its way down. I think it tested. I think it had a nice move up. It's closed here. If it does make the head and shoulders, it's probably going to reverse around the 13.50 line. Then that play down, you'll have to back out of it and try to play it up here. Some people might call this the other shoulder, and that's possible, but I don't think so. I think it'd have to be a little bit bigger move than that. If it is, then we're sitting on support right there. And that's possible. So if it does break that, man, we're going down. We got a gap to fill. That's always nice. We got the indicators indicating that it needs to go down. I think this is a really good play. Let's look at the you can't see it here. Let me open up the grids here. Here's the calls. Here's the puts. Yeah, pretty decent volume. This is January. And here's February. No, open interest. Sorry. A little bit of open interest in February. And that's probably what I'd be playing February somewhere in here. 20-cent spread, a little more than I'd like. Look at this 15 on a 10 to 25. I don't like that at all. Don't like that. 35. So there's a lot of people thinking this thing might be going down. But anyway, I'm one of them. I think I'll test the $12 mark there. That's me. And then what did I have? One more. Let's end with one more that I think is a old head and shoulders play here. You got Sina. Here's your left shoulder, head, come down. You got a double right shoulder basically. Baseline right about here. Came back up, just about tested it. Now it wants to head down. I think it's not going to have a problem breaking this downtrend line. I think it's going to break right through there, and I think this thing's going to drop. I wouldn't be surprised to see it right in this area, the $14 to $15 range. Maybe it's not ready yet. It might have a little bit more sideways movement before it goes. So that's it. Okay, this is going to be AK Option Trader. I want you guys to trade well and prosper. Thanks. Bye.